Welcome back to SpeakWise Podcast, your daily place to listen, learn, and speak English naturally. If you enjoy learning English with us, please subscribe so you never miss a new lesson. Now, let's begin. Have you ever listened to a native English speaker and thought, they speak way too fast? Maybe you've said something like this: I know these words. I studied them before. But when native speakers talk, everything sounds like one long word. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Most English learners believe they have a listening problem. But today, you'll discover the truth. Native speakers aren't speaking too fast. They're speaking naturally. And once you know what to listen for, your ears will begin to understand much more. Today, you'll join Emma on another adventure. She'll visit a busy weekend street market with her friends. There will be music, crowds, coffee shops, food stands, people talking everywhere. At first, everything sounds impossible to understand. But little by little, Emma will discover one simple secret that changes everything. She doesn't need to hear every word. She only needs to understand the message. Take a deep breath. Relax. Open your ears. And let's begin today's story. It is a beautiful Saturday morning. The sun is shining. A cool breeze moves through the trees. Emma checks her phone while finishing breakfast. A new message appears. It's from Michael. Good morning. We're going to the Riverside Weekend Market today. Want to come? Emma smiles. Absolutely. I'd love to. Repeat after me. I'd love to. Repeat. Sounds like fun. Repeat. I'm looking forward to it. Repeat. Excellent. A few minutes later, Emma arrives at the train station. Michael is already waiting. He waves with a big smile. Morning. Ready for another English adventure? Emma laughs. Always. Michael smiles. I like that attitude. Repeat after me. Always. Repeat. I'm ready. Repeat. Let's go. Repeat. Wonderful. They board the train together. As the train moves through the city, Michael points toward the window. The market gets very busy on weekends. You'll hear people from everywhere. Emma smiles confidently. That's okay. I've been practicing. Michael laughs. Good. But today, don't try to understand every single word. Emma looks surprised. Really? Michael nods. Just listen for the main idea. Emma thinks about that. It sounds easier, but she's not completely convinced. About 20 minutes later, they arrive at the market. The place is full of life. Children are laughing. Street musicians are playing guitars. Vendors are calling out to customers. Friends are talking while drinking coffee. People are walking in every direction. Emma stops for a moment. She hears conversations all around her, but everything seems to blend together. She catches a few familiar words. Coffee, fresh, morning, thank you. But the rest feels like one long sound. She looks at Michael. They're speaking so fast. Michael smiles. They're not speaking too fast. Your brain is trying to catch every word. Emma looks confused. Isn't that what I'm supposed to do? Michael shakes his head. No. When you listen to your favorite song, do you remember every single note? Emma smiles. No. I remember the melody. Exactly. Listening to English works the same way. Don't chase every word. Follow the meaning. Repeat after me. Follow the meaning. Repeat. Don't chase every word. Repeat. Listen for the main idea. Repeat. Excellent. Just then, a woman walks past them talking on her phone. Emma catches only a few words. See you. Around noon. Coffee shop. Bye. The conversation is over in just a few seconds. Emma looks disappointed. I missed most of it. Michael smiles. Did you? What did you hear? Emma thinks carefully. Someone is meeting another person around noon. Maybe at a coffee shop. Michael smiles. Exactly. You understood the message. You didn't need every word. Emma suddenly pauses. He's right. She understood the important part, without understanding every sentence. For the first time, she feels a little more relaxed. Now it's time for today's listening challenge. Listen carefully. Michael says, "You understood the message. What does he mean?" A. Emma understood every single word. B. Emma understood the main idea, even though she missed some words. C. Emma wasn't listening. The correct answer is B. Excellent work. Michael smiles. Today, you're going to discover that your ears are already better than you think. You simply need to learn how to listen like a native speaker. Emma takes a slow breath. She looks around the busy market one more time. This time, she isn't trying to hear everything. She's simply listening. And little by little, the noise begins to sound less confusing. The adventure has just begun. Michael smiles as they continue walking through the market. The crowd grows larger. Music fills the air. People are laughing. Children are running between colorful booths. Emma looks around. There are conversations everywhere. Some are loud. Some are quiet. Some last only a few seconds. Others continue as people walk together. Emma sighs. "I don't know where to listen." Michael nods. "That's normal. Your ears are trying to listen to everything at once, but that's impossible. Native speakers don't do that." Emma looks surprised. "They don't?" Michael shakes his head. "No. They focus on one voice, one conversation, one message. The rest becomes background noise. Repeat after me. One voice. Repeat. One conversation. Repeat. One message. Repeat. Excellent." They stop at a small coffee stand. Several customers are waiting in line. The barista is taking orders quickly. Emma listens carefully. She hears one customer say, "Lager latte, extra shot, oat milk, thank you." The next customer speaks just as quickly. Emma misses almost everything. She looks disappointed. Michael smiles. "Forget the words. What do you think happened?" Emma thinks for a moment. "He ordered a drink." Michael nods. "Exactly. Listening is not about collecting words. Listening is about understanding situations. Repeat after me. I understand the situation. Repeat. I don't need every word. Repeat. I understand the idea. Repeat. Excellent." The barista calls another customer. "Ready for you." Emma smiles. "That one was easy." Michael laughs. "Because your brain recognized the situation. Your ears already knew what to expect." Emma nods. "That makes sense." A few minutes later, they walk toward a fruit stand. A woman is speaking with the seller. Emma catches only a few words. "Sweet, fresh, $5. Emma smiles. "I think she's buying strawberries." Michael looks surprised. "How do you know?" Emma points toward the basket. "Because they're talking about these." Michael smiles. "Exactly. You use the context. That's what good listeners do. They combine sounds, pictures, and situations. Repeat after me. I use context. Repeat. Context helps me understand. Repeat. Excellent. Now it's time for today's native tip. When you listen to English, don't ask yourself, "What did I miss?" Instead, ask, "What did I understand?" That small change makes listening much less stressful. Native speakers don't always hear every word either, especially in noisy places. They naturally fill in the missing information using context. Repeat after me. What did I understand? Repeat. I focus on the message. Repeat. I stay relaxed. Repeat. Wonderful. Michael points toward a musician playing the guitar. A small crowd has gathered. The singer begins performing a popular song. People clap along. Emma listens. She doesn't understand every lyric, but she understands the feeling. She smiles. This song feels happy. Michael nods. Exactly. Language is more than words. It's emotion. It's tone. It's rhythm. Sometimes, your ears understand those things before your brain understands the vocabulary. Emma closes her eyes for a few seconds. She listens again. This time, she notices the singer's voice rising and falling. She notices people smiling. She notices everyone clapping together. Without translating, she understands the mood. Repeat after me. I understand the feeling. Repeat. I understand the tone. Repeat. I understand more than I think. Repeat. Excellent. Now it's time for today's listening challenge. Listen carefully. Michael says, use the context. What does he mean? A. Only listen to individual words. B. Use the situation, the people, and what you can see to understand the message. C. Translate every sentence into your native language. The correct answer is B. Excellent work. Emma smiles as they continue walking. She notices something different. The market hasn't become quieter. People aren't speaking more slowly. The only thing that has changed is the way she's listening. And for the first time, English doesn't sound like one long stream of confusing sounds. It sounds like real people sharing real moments. She smiles. Maybe understanding English has never been about hearing more. Maybe it's about listening smarter. Michael smiles. I have another exercise for you. Emma looks curious. What is it? Michael points toward a small bakery across the market. Let's sit over there for a few minutes. Emma nods. They order 2 pastries and 2 cups of coffee. Then they find a table near the sidewalk. From there, they can hear dozens of conversations. People walk past every few seconds. Some are shopping. Some are laughing. Some are talking on their phones. Michael smiles. Today, you're not going to listen to one conversation. You're going to listen to many, but only for one thing. Emma looks confused. Only one thing? Michael nods. Yes. Don't try to understand everything. Choose one simple question. For example, are these people happy? Are they making plans? Are they buying something? Are they saying hello or goodbye? Emma smiles. That sounds much easier. Repeat after me. One question. Repeat. One answer. Repeat. One message. Repeat. Excellent. A young couple walks past their table. Emma hears only a few words. Dinner. 7. See you. She smiles. I think they're making plans for tonight. Michael nods. Exactly. You don't know every word, but you understand what's happening. A few moments later, an older man is talking to a shop owner. Emma hears. Fresh. Beautiful. I'll take 2. She laughs. He's buying flowers. Michael smiles. How do you know? Emma points toward the flower stand. Because of the flowers. And because he said, I'll take 2. Michael laughs. Very good. You're listening with your eyes too. Repeat after me. I listen with my eyes. Repeat. I use the situation. Repeat. I understand the message. Repeat. Excellent. Just then, 2 teenagers walk by laughing loudly. Emma catches only one sentence. That was crazy. The rest disappears into the noise. She smiles. I don't know what happened, but I know they're talking about something funny. Michael nods. Exactly. Your brain understood the emotion. That's just as important as the words. Emma begins to relax. For the first time, she isn't frustrated by the words she misses. She's paying attention to the words she understands. Now it's time for today's native tip. When native speakers listen, they naturally predict what comes next. If someone walks into a coffee shop, they expect to hear words like coffee, medium, large, receipt, thank you. If someone is at an airport, they expect words like flight, gate, passport, boarding. Because the brain already knows the situation, listening becomes much easier. Repeat after me. I predict the topic. Repeat. I expect common words. Repeat. My brain is learning. Repeat. Wonderful. Michael smiles. Let's try one more challenge. Close your eyes. Emma closes her eyes. Listen carefully. For about 30 seconds, she hears footsteps, children laughing, a bicycle bell, a dog barking, someone ordering food, someone saying thank you, a musician playing the guitar. Michael smiles. Now, tell me where you think we are. Emma laughs. That's easy. We're still at the market. Michael nods. Exactly. You didn't need to hear every conversation. You understood the whole environment. That's how listening works. First, you understand the place. Then, the situation. Then, the people. Finally, the words become easier. Repeat after me. First the place. Repeat. Then the situation. Repeat. Then the people. Repeat. Finally the words. Repeat. Excellent. Now it's time for today's listening challenge. Listen carefully. Michael says, your brain predicts what comes next. What does he mean? A. You should guess random words. B. Your brain uses the situation to help you understand what you're about to hear. C. You should stop listening carefully. The correct answer is B. Excellent work. Emma opens her eyes. She smiles. The market still sounds busy. People are still speaking quickly. Nothing around her has changed. But something inside her has. She no longer feels overwhelmed. She feels curious. She realizes that every conversation doesn't have to be perfect. Every sentence doesn't have to be complete. Sometimes, understanding 70 or 80% is more than enough. Michael stands up, ready for one last lesson. Emma smiles confidently. Absolutely. This time, I think my ears are finally starting to work the right way. Michael smiles. You've learned how to listen for the main idea. You've learned how to use context. Now it's time to discover why native speakers seem to speak so fast. Emma laughs. I've been wondering about that all day. Michael points toward a busy food truck. Listen carefully. Don't worry about understanding. Just notice how people speak. Emma nods. A customer steps forward. She hears, "Can I get a chicken sandwich and a lemonade?" The employee replies almost instantly, "Sure thing. Anything else?" Emma looks surprised. I understood that. Michael smiles. Good. Now listen to the next customer. A young man says, "Gonna grab 2 tacos. Be right back." Emma blinks. Wait, did he say, "I am going to grab 2 tacos"? Michael laughs. No, he said, "Gonna grab 2 tacos." Emma smiles. That sounded much shorter. Michael nods. Exactly. Native speakers shorten words all the time. Not because they're trying to be difficult, because speaking naturally is faster and smoother. Repeat after me. I'm gonna grab some coffee. Repeat. I'm gonna call my friend. Repeat. We're gonna have lunch. Repeat. Excellent. A few seconds later, another customer finishes paying. He smiles and says, "See ya." Emma laughs. I know that one. Michael smiles. What does it mean? See you. Exactly. Native speakers often shorten common expressions. See you becomes see ya. Want to becomes wanna. Going to becomes gonna. Got to becomes gotta. Repeat after me. See ya. Repeat. Wanna. Repeat. Gonna. Repeat. Gotta. Repeat. Excellent. Emma listens again. This time, she notices something different. People aren't speaking faster. They're connecting words together. Michael smiles. Now you're hearing it. English is like music. The words flow together. Instead of stopping after every word, native speakers connect them. Emma nods. That makes listening much easier. Now it's time for today's native tip. Don't train your ears to hear separate words. Train your ears to hear groups of words. For example, instead of listening for what, do, you, want, listen for what do you want? Instead of did, you, eat, listen for did ya eat? Instead of going, to, listen for gonna. You don't need to pronounce everything exactly this way, but you do need to recognize these patterns when you hear them. Repeat after me. What do you want? Repeat. Did ya eat? Repeat. I'm gonna be there soon. Repeat. Excellent. Michael smiles. Let's try a little experiment. I'm going to say 2 sentences. Tell me if they mean the same thing. Sentence 1. What are you going to do later? Sentence 2. What you gonna do later? Emma laughs. They mean exactly the same thing. Michael nods. Yes. One sounds more formal. The other sounds more natural in everyday conversation. Emma smiles. I think I finally understand why native speakers sounded so fast. They weren't saying more words. They were connecting them. Repeat after me. Words connect together. Repeat. English has rhythm. Repeat. I can train my ears. Repeat. Excellent. Now it's time for today's listening challenge. Listen carefully. Michael says, native speakers connect words together. What does he mean? A. They skip every other word. B. They pronounce groups of words smoothly instead of saying each word separately. C. They speak incorrectly. The correct answer is B. Excellent work. Emma looks around the market one more time. She hears conversations all around her. But now, something has changed. Instead of hearing one long stream of confusing sounds, she begins to recognize familiar patterns. Gonna, wanna, see ya, sure thing, new problem. Little by little, the language feels more familiar. Michael smiles. You're not hearing faster English anymore. You're hearing natural English. Emma smiles confidently. And somehow, that doesn't sound impossible anymore. She has one final lesson left before the day ends. A lesson that will completely change the way she practices listening from now on. Michael and Emma slowly leave the market. The afternoon sun is lower now. The streets are quieter. People are carrying shopping bags. Children are eating ice cream. A gentle breeze moves through the trees. Emma smiles. Today feels different. Michael notices. You're smiling. Emma laughs. I know, because today I stopped trying to hear everything. Michael nods. And what happened? Emma thinks for a moment. I actually understood more. Michael smiles. Exactly. That's the secret. The goal isn't to hear every word. The goal is to understand the message. Repeat after me. I understand the message. Repeat. I don't need every word. Repeat. I stay calm while listening. Repeat. Excellent. They stop near the river. Several people are sitting on benches enjoying the evening. A father is talking with his young son. Two friends are laughing together. Someone nearby is walking a dog. Emma quietly listens. She smiles. I still miss some words. But now, it doesn't bother me anymore. Michael smiles. That's because you're listening with confidence. Confidence changes everything. Emma nods. I used to panic every time I missed a word. Now, I simply keep listening. Repeat after me. I keep listening. Repeat. I don't panic. Repeat. The next sentence will help me understand. Repeat. Excellent. Michael sits on a nearby bench. Emma joins him. Do you know what most English learners do? Emma shakes her head. The moment they miss one word, they stop listening. Then they try to remember that word. While they're thinking, the conversation keeps moving. Soon, they've missed 5 more sentences. Emma laughs. I've done that so many times. Michael smiles. Everyone has. But from today, you're going to do something different. If you miss one word, let it go. Keep listening. Your brain will often understand everything a few seconds later. Repeat after me. Let it go. Repeat. Keep listening. Repeat. Trust your ears. Repeat. Wonderful. Now it's time for today's native tip. The best listeners don't focus on difficult words. They focus on important words. Listen to these sentences. I'm thinking about going hiking this weekend because the weather looks perfect. You don't need every word. Your brain naturally notices. Hiking, weekend, weather, perfect. Those important words tell the whole story. Repeat after me. Listen for important words. Repeat. Ignore the small words. Repeat. Follow the meaning. Repeat. Excellent. Michael smiles. Let's try one final exercise. I'm going to tell you a short story. Don't try to understand every word. Just tell me the main idea. Emma nods. I'm ready. Michael begins. Yesterday, my sister called me while I was driving home from work. She invited me to dinner because she had just received a promotion. The restaurant was crowded, but we had a wonderful evening together. Michael smiles. What's the main idea? Emma answers almost immediately. Your sister got a promotion. You celebrated together. Michael smiles. Perfect. You didn't repeat every sentence. You understood the story. That's real listening. Repeat after me. I understand the story. Repeat. I don't need every detail. Repeat. The main idea is enough. Repeat. Excellent. Now, it's time for today's listening challenge. Listen carefully. Michael says, the main idea is enough. What does he mean? A. You should stop listening after the first sentence. B. Understanding the overall message is more important than catching every single word. C. You should ignore everything people say. The correct answer is B. Excellent work. The sun slowly begins to set. The sky turns orange and pink. Emma stands beside the river. She closes her eyes for a moment. She listens. She hears birds. She hears people talking. She hears bicycles passing. She hears laughter. For the first time, English doesn't sound like noise. It sounds like life. She smiles. Today, I learned something important. Michael looks at her. What was it? Emma answers without hesitation. Fluent listeners don't hear more. They understand more. Michael smiles proudly. That's exactly right. Emma takes out her notebook. She writes one sentence. Don't listen for every word. Listen for every idea. She smiles. Then she writes another sentence. Every day, my ears become stronger. Now, think in English with me. I enjoy listening to English. Repeat. Every day I understand more. Repeat. I stay calm when I miss a word. Repeat. I trust my ears. Repeat. I focus on the main idea. Repeat. English becomes easier every day. Repeat. Excellent. Take one slow, deep breath. Smile. Today, you trained your ears in a new way. You learned that understanding English isn't about perfection. It's about confidence. It's about patience. And it's about trusting your brain. The more you listen, the easier it becomes. Thank you so much for spending this time with me on SpeakWise Podcast. If today's lesson helped you become a more confident listener, please subscribe so you never miss a new lesson. Your support helps us create more free English lessons for learners around the world. If you enjoyed today's story, give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who wants to understand native speakers more easily. Before you go, tell me in the comments, what is one thing you will do differently the next time you listen to English? I'd love to read your answers. Until next time, keep listening, keep learning, keep smiling, and remember, you don't have to hear every word to understand English. You only have to follow the message. This is SpeakWise Podcast, where every story brings you one step closer to fluent English. Take care, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.